She told my business partner, let's vote him off the board and take his shares. I replied, good luck. Then I called the emergency meeting and revealed the silent partner who held 51% of the votes was my grandfather. Her "you're fired" speech was interrupted. I, 34 male. My company, which I built from a sketch in my notebook, is my life. My fiancée, Isabel, 36, was supposed to be my life partner. She was also my COO. I thought we were the perfect team. I'm the designer, the creative. She's the numbers, the strategy, the shark. We were engaged for 6 months, together for 2 years. She'd been COO for 3. Our company, Aura Designs, makes high-end, minimalist furniture. It's my passion. It's built on my name and my family's name. The company structure was, I thought, simple. I'm the founder and CEO. I hold 24% of the shares. Gideon, our head of sales and my business partner, holds 25%. And a silent partner, an LLC that put up the initial $2 million in seed money, holds 51%. This 51% partner has never voted, never attended a meeting, never sent an email. They are, for all intents and purposes, a ghost, a very rich ghost. Gideon and I were the board, or so I thought. Last week I was working late. My office is next to Isabel's. We have a shared glass wall, but I usually have my headphones on, sketching. Around 8 p.m. I took them off to grab some water. I heard her voice. She was on speakerphone. It's just dead money, Gid. It's a defunct venture capital fund from 10 years ago. They don't exist. The active vote is just you and Theo, and you have 25%. He has 24. A pause. I froze. Gideon's voice, tinny over the speaker. So, what are you saying? You want me to, what? Ask him to step down? Isabel laughed. That sharp, bright laugh I always thought was so full of life. It sounded different now. Brittle. No, Gid, you don't ask, you tell. We call an emergency board meeting. You, as the majority voting shareholder, call for a vote of no confidence. You vote him out. I step in as interim CEO. And Theo? What happens to his shares? Who cares? We dilute them. We vote to issue new shares to ourselves. You for your loyalty, me for my leadership. We'll offer him a buyout for pennies. It's clean. He's a designer. Theo's not a fighter. He'll just go. I just stood there. Then my blood felt like it had been replaced with ice water. This was my fiancé, my partner. And what about, you and him? Gideon asked, a little awkwardly. That's been over for months, Gid. I'm just waiting for the right time. This is it. Let's vote him off the board and take his shares. It's time we got paid what we're really worth. I didn't knock. I just opened the interconnecting door. She didn't even jump. She just slowly turned in her chair, saw me, and hung up the phone. Her face wasn't guilty. It was annoyed. Annoyed she'd been caught. You weren't supposed to hear that, she said, as if I'd walked in on her complaining about the catering. Sounds like it, I said. My voice was hollow. A coup, fun, in my own office. She stood up, smoothing her skirt, the $5,000 suit I'd complimented her on that morning. Don't be dramatic, Theo. It's just business. You're holding us back. Your designs are stale. You're not a killer. I am. And Gideon? He's a killer too now? Gideon sees the future. You're stuck in the past. It's done. I looked at her, the woman I'd asked to marry me, the woman I'd trusted with my life's work. Good luck, I said. I walked back to my office. I heard her scoff behind me. She thought I was weak. She thought I was not a fighter. I sat down at my desk. My hands were shaking, not with fear, with a rage so cold it was almost peaceful. I opened my email. To Gideon, Isabel, subject. Emergency board meeting. Body. Per the bylaws, an emergency board meeting is called for tomorrow, 2 p.m. Conference room A, be there. I hit send, the third email address, the one for the 51% ghost. It goes straight to my grandfather's personal iPad. Update 1, it's been 24 hours. The longest 24 hours of my life. I'm currently running on Spite and about 6 ounces of cold brew. The atmosphere in the office today was electric, toxic. Isabel and Gideon think they have me. They think my emergency meeting email was a panic move, a last-ditch effort. They are so wrong. The entitlement has been breathtaking. Isabel walked in this morning, not even to her office but to mine. I was at my desk, sketching, or pretending to. My hand was shaking too much. She just stood in the doorway. Theo, let's not make this ugly tomorrow, she said. I'm not the one making it ugly, Isabel. You did that. Be realistic. You're out. Gideon and I have the votes. This is just a formality. If you resign right now, we can discuss a severance. A small one. For your own good. For my own good. Wow. Yes, otherwise we're firing you for cause. Cause? For what? Gross mismanagement, stale designs, lack of profitability in your new lines. She had a whole list. She'd been preparing this for months. I'll see you at 2 p.m., Isabel, she sneered. Not a smile, a sneer. Fine, have it your way. Then the dirty trick started. About an hour ago, I tried to log into our company's financials to print out the actual P&L reports, which show my new lines are 30% over projection. Access denied. She locked me out. The COO locked the CEO out of his own company's financials. I walked over to her office. She was on the phone, laughing. She saw me, held up a finger, and kept talking. I just stood there. What? She said, finally hanging up. You locked me out of the financials. Oh, must be an IT glitch. Don't worry your creative head about it, Theo. I'll be presenting the numbers at the meeting. The real numbers. She was going to fake them. She was going to present falsified data to justify firing me for cause. This is the woman I gave a ring to. I felt a sudden, sharp stab of, not sadness, just profound disappointment. I really know how to pick 'em. Then, the final piece. The artifact. In my office, there's a chair. It's the prototype for our entire Elias line. It's serial number ZU01. It's the first chair I ever built with my own hands, the one my grandfather sat in when he agreed to fund this whole venture. It's not just company property, it's the soul of the company. I got an email from Isabel, not a text. An email CCing Gideon and her assistant. Subject: Office Transition Team. As part of the leadership transition, I will be moving into the CEO's office tomorrow. Please have the Elias chair, serial 01, moved into my office by end of day. It is the company's most valuable asset and should be held by the acting CEO. She wants it as a trophy. She wants to sit in my grandfather's chair while she runs my company into the ground. I replied all company assets and leadership positions will be confirmed at the 2 p.m. meeting. Do not touch the chair. Gideon has been invisible all day, locked in his office. He can't even look at me. He knows what he's doing is slimy, but Isabel has him convinced he's going to be rich. He's half right. I got a text from my grandfather, Ali82, this morning. Elias, 2 p.m. I'll be there. Wear a tie. You look like a hobo. I'm putting on a tie. Update 2. It's 3 p.m. I'm back in my office. My hands are still shaking, but this time, it's from adrenaline. Holy crap. I need to just write this down. The meeting, 2 p.m. I walk into conference room A. Isabel is already sitting at the head of the table. My seat? Gideon is to her right, looking pale, fidgety. He won't make eye contact. Isabel has a stack of binders in front of her. Her financials. Theo, glad you could make it, she says, all fake bright. It's my meeting, I say, taking a seat on the side. It was your meeting, but as acting majority shareholder, Gideon is ceding the floor to me. As COO, I'll be running this. I just nodded. Okay, let's start. Good, she says. She opens a binder. The agenda is simple. First, a review of the company's failing performance under your leadership. She starts flipping through pages. As you can see, the Elias line is down 40% quarter over quarter. Your new projects are massively over budget. We are frankly insolvent. That's not true, I said. I looked at the numbers last night. You looked at the wrong numbers, she snapped. These are the real numbers. Which brings us to item 2. A vote of no confidence in you as CEO, Gideon? Gideon clears his throat. He looks at his hands. Yeah, Theo, man. I vote. No confidence. Great, Isabel says, smiling. That's 25%. I, as acting CEO, also. You don't have a vote, Isabel, I said quietly. You're not a shareholder. You're an employee. Her face hardens. It doesn't matter. Gideon has 25%. You have 24%. He has the majority of the active board. The vote passes. So as I was saying, as your CEO, you're interrupted. The voice wasn't mine. The conference room door opened. In walked my grandfather, Elias. He's 82. He walks with a custom-made cane. It's actually a flawed leg from one of my prototype tables. He's wearing a 3-piece suit that probably cost more than my car. Isabel and Gideon just stare. I'm sorry, Isabel says, her voice dripping with irritation. Who are you? This is a closed board meeting. My grandfather just smiles. It's not a nice smile. I'm Elias, he says, walking slowly to the table. And you, young lady, are sitting in my chair. He didn't mean my chair, he meant his chair. The 51% chair. Isabel's face is a mask of confusion. I don't know who you are. Security. They know who I am, Elias said. He looked at me. Theo, you called this meeting, but you haven't introduced me. I stood up. Isabel Gideon, I'd like to introduce you to the managing partner of Angel Investor LLC, my grandfather Elias. He holds 51% of this company. Gideon went white. I mean white, like I've seen a ghost and I'm about to throw up. White. Isabel, she just short-circuited. That's not possible. That's a defunct VC fund. Elias finally reaches the table. Defunct? Ma'am, I am many things, but I am not defunct. I funded this company, my money, my rules. And you know, he said, tapping the original incorporation bylaws with his cane, I really do wish people would read the documents they sign. Isabel was sputtering. This is a conflict of interest. It's nepotism. It's illegal. It's capitalism, dear, Elias said, pulling up a chair. And you're right about one thing. It is a vote. Theo, what's the motion? Isabel tried to get control back. She stood up. Her voice was shaking but loud. No, this is my meeting. You're fired, Theo. For corporate espionage. For bringing in an unauthorized person. You're fired. Elias just looked at her. You're interrupted, he said. It was so quiet, but it shut her up instantly. Theo, Elias said to me, you hold 24%, I hold 51%. That's 75%. What's the vote? I looked at Gideon, who looked like he was about to pass out. Then I looked at Isabel. Her face was a storm of pure, undiluted hatred. I move, I said, my voice clear, to remove Isabel's last name from the board and terminate her employment for cause effective immediately for conspiracy to defraud the company, attempted theft of assets, and falsification of financial records. I second, Elias said, raising his hand. All in favor? I raised my hand, raised his. That's 75%. Motion passes. Isabel, you're done. Your network access was cut 10 minutes ago. Security is waiting outside. Isabel just crumpled. She didn't scream, she didn't cry, she just deflated. All the shark, all the killer, just gone. You, she whispered at me. You snake. No, I said. I'm just not a fighter, remember? I'm just a designer. Then I looked at Gideon. Gideon, you hold 25%. You want to vote nay? Make it official? Gideon was sweating. He looked from Isabel to Elias to me. He stammered. I vote aye. I'm with you, Theo. I've always been with you. She manipulated me. She told me you were running us into the ground. I didn't know. Isabel let out a sound, a half laugh, half sob. You coward Gid. You were in this. You wanted this. Security, Elias said, tapping a button on the conference phone. 2 security guards we hired at Elias's insistence 2 days ago walked in. Please escort Miss Last Name off the property. She is not to touch her computer. Her personal effects will be mailed to her. She just stared at me as they took her by the arms. You'll regret this, Theo. You'll run this place into the ground without me. We'll see, I said. She and her binders were gone. The room was silent. It was just me, Elias, and a very, very pale Gideon. Elias just looked at him. Mr. Gideon's last name, you and I are going to have a chat about your future, or lack thereof. Final update. It's been a month. The dust has mostly settled. It's been a lot. The first thing everyone asks is, what about Gideon? Did I fire him? No. Elias told me, don't fire a snake when you can defang it and make it work for you. Firing him is easy. Making him stay, that's justice. We had a second meeting. Elias, me, and Gideon. Gideon came in practically bowing. He'd found the real financial reports. He'd discovered Isabel's fabricated ones. He was horrified and so sorry. We didn't care. Elias slid a new contract across the table. This is your new reality, son, he said. Here's the new deal. Gideon keeps his 25% profit share. He's still gonna make a ton of money as long as I do a good job. His 25% shares are now 100% non-voting. He is removed from the board, effective immediately. He signs a new 5-year employment contract as head of sales. If he quits, or if he is fired for cause, like say conspiring against the CEO, his 25% profit share is bought back by the company for the low price of $1. He's trapped. He has no power, no control. He can't leave. He just has to sit there, sell my stale designs, and make me richer. And he knows Elias and I are watching every single email he sends. He signed it. He didn't even read it. As for Isabel, she lawyered up, obviously. We got a furious letter demanding $5 million for wrongful termination, defamation, and emotional distress from the broken engagement. Our lawyer, Elias's real lawyer, the one who eats bus bench lawyers for breakfast, Sent back a polite 2-page response. Page 1 was a cease and desist. Page 2 was a copy of the affidavit signed by Gideon, detailing everything she planned, including the falsified numbers. Gideon was very, very cooperative. It also included a copy of the for-cause clause in her contract, which she also clearly never read. Her lawyer went completely silent. We haven't heard a peep since. Oh, but Isabel, I haven't been totally spared. I got a text from a number I didn't recognize last week. You think you're so smart, you and that senile old bastard. You'll never be half the killer I am. You'll run that company into the ground in 6 months. I gave you 3 years of my life. I just texted back. Your math is as bad as your ethics. Goodbye, Isabel. I blocked the number. The ring? I left it on her empty desk right before security boxed up her personal items. I'm sure she got it. The Elias chair? Serial Marb 0001? It's in my grandfather's study. He came by to supervise the move. He just sat in it, looked at me and nodded. Good, he said. Now get back to work. These designs are getting a little stale. He was kidding, I think. The engagement is over. The partnership is different. I feel lighter. The betrayal was surgical. It cut out a part of me I didn't realize was so infected. It's not a happy ending. It's not a sad ending. It's just an ending. The company is secure, my family is secure, and I'm free. Turns out I am a fighter after all.